Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is proportions. Okay, so proportion is an equation that shows two ratios are equal. So if you look, we have the ratio of 3/5 equals 9/15. Okay, so we know that these are equal because if I would multiply 3 and 5 by 3, then we would get 9/15. So 3 times 3 is 9, 5 times 3 is 15. Okay, so we're going to be talking about proportions and how we can figure out how they are equal. And we're also going to be doing what is called cross product property. Okay, so in the cross product property, it says if A over B equals C over D, and B is not equal to 0, and D is not equal to 0, then AD equals BC. Makes a lot of sense, right? So if we're talking about that, I'm going to write it out. So if we have a proportion that is A over B equals C over D, okay? And what they mean by cross product, so if cross product means that I can multiply B times C, B times C and D times A, or A times D and C times B, and they would be the same thing, okay? So if none of them equals 0, then it's all going to work out. So if I do cross product, I'm going to multiply B times C and A times D. So we know that when we're multiplying variables, they're just going to stay the same. So it's AD equals BC, okay? So cross product means right across, product means multiply. So we're going to multiply across, and that's how we're going to figure it out, okay? So this is going to be a majority of what your assignment is, so we're going to spend a little bit more time on your cross products, okay? So if we look at example 3, so example 3 says it is x over 15 equals 2 over 3. Now, with our cross product, we can cross multiply x times 3 and 15 times 2. So if I do x times 3, so I have 3 times x, 15 times 2, because they are diagonal from each other, right? So 3 times x is 3x. 15 times 2 is going to be 30. Okay, so now this just goes with everything that we've been learning the last, a couple weeks, right? We need to get x by itself. So 3 and x we know is multiplication. So to undo multiplication, we need to do division. So we're going to divide 3, cross that out. Then we need to do 30 divided by 3. So 30 divided by 3 is 10. So we know that x equals 10. Okay? And to check that, we can put 10 over 15 equals 2 over 3. So to get 2, I can divide by 5. I do 10 divided by 5 is 2. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So we know that 10 over 15 and 2 over 3 are equal proportions. Okay? Now, let's look at the next one. So B says x minus 1 all over 12 equals 1 over 6. Okay, so my cross product, I'm going to multiply 12 and 1 and 6 times x minus 1. So I would take 6 parentheses. Since I need to multiply 6 times x and 1, I'm going to put it into the parentheses. So 6 minus 1 equals 12 times 1. Okay, so then all the things you guys like to do, the distributive property, right? So I need to do 6 times x and 6 times 1. So I'm going to have 6x minus 6 equals 12 times 1 is 12. Okay, once again, I need to get x by itself, right? So I'm going to add 6, cross it out, add 6. So I'm going to have 6x equals 12 plus 6 is 18. Divide by 6, x equals 3, okay? Once again, you could go on there. This is right here. Okay, we could go on there and say, we could plug this back in. 3 minus 1 is 2. Oh, and then 2 over 12 reduces down to 1 over 6. Okay? All right. Then we're going to look at a couple more, then I'll let you guys start on